Welcome to the second day of section 3.1. This is going to kind of wrap up section 3.1 here. You can take some notes on this. Feel free to fast forward, rewind, rewatch parts of this lecture. Really, we're just talking about a couple new ideas, maybe looking at an example, and then section 3.1 is over. A couple things to remind you about. The derivative of f of x is f prime of x. Okay, so what I'm pointing at here is what we would say f prime of x. That's just equal to this limit. Same of f prime of a point. So any real number, f prime of a is given by this same limit. And actually, there's an alternate definition. That's the limit as x approaches a of f of x minus f of a all over x minus a. That's also a definition that you will use in section 3.1. So the idea that the derivative at a point is a limit is huge. Okay, and that brings us into this idea of one-sided derivatives. It's a little bit easier to get our minds wrapped around what a one-sided derivative is if we recall what a one-sided limit is. So the limit as x approaches c from the left of f of x, as whoever that was on the loudspeaker interrupts me rudely. Anyway, this must be true, that the left-hand limit equals the right-hand limit so if the left-hand limit equals the right-hand limit, that implies that the limit as x approaches c of f of x exists. Okay? So this might look familiar from our Chapter 2 test. In fact, you had to show this on one of the problems, or at least state this, in terms of if a limit exists or not. So, if a derivative is a limit, and a limit only exists when both sides are the same value, then a derivative must be the same from both sides. Okay? And that comes up in several examples, but one example like this might be a simple piecewise function where we'd say 3x, g of x is equal to 3x when x is less than 1, and it's negative 2x when x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay? And you might see questions like, does g of x have a derivative at x equal 1? Okay? So, if we can look at the graph really quickly, when x is 1, then we'd have something that looked like this. From the left, that's 3x. We zoom in on this. When x is greater than or equal to 1, we have the graph of negative 2x. Okay, so there's negative 2x. And so, because these are linear equations and derivatives are slopes, right? We can see the slope here is 3, the slope here is negative 2. So, the derivatives to the left and to the right are not the same. Okay? So, our answer is going to be no. But let's look at how we show this. To show, or we would say our left hand derivative is 3x. So we find that by the limit as h approaches 0 of 3x plus 3h minus 3x all over h, which is going to simplify to 3. Okay, so here is g primed of x to the left. Okay, to the right, so I'm going to abbreviate right-hand derivative, and that's fine if you do that on your homework. In fact, you should. The right-hand derivative, so the derivative to the right of x equal 1 is given by the function negative 2x. We need to find the derivative of negative 2x. So that's the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 2x minus 2h plus 2x, because we're subtracting negative 2x here, all over h, which of course then this is just equal to negative 2. Alright? And I didn't show all the steps here, but, I mean, negative 2x plus 2x, they cancel. You're going to divide an h out, and you're left with just negative 2. So, to the right, g primed of x is equal to negative 2. Since this and this are not the same, the derivative does not exist. At x equal 1. Alright? So you can write your own summary as to why, but again, the left-hand derivative must equal the right-hand derivative, just like a left-hand limit has to equal a right-side limit. Okay? If you're confused about like where this came from, you should review your notes from last week, from the last time we met. So that's the idea of a one-sided derivative, and you'll see a few problems like that. In fact, the entire next section, section 3.2, deals with one-sided derivatives, and that whole idea of the left and the right need to be the same. So the last thing I want to talk about, it's not really calculus, it's really just some algebra things. And give you a couple challenges. So, let's look at an example. If I need to find f primed of x when f of x equals just the square root of x. What I need to do is I need to use this limit. F of x plus h, alright, is going to be the square root of x plus h. And now I place it into my limit definition of the derivative. And I get this. Okay? This requires some sneaky algebra called rationalizing. And we rationalize something like this by using the conjugate of what we have here. On your limit worksheet that we did a while back that said what did one limit say to the other, this is actually a part of the process, or one of the problems you needed to use this algebra in order to solve it. So once you do this and you multiply everything out, you're gonna come to your answer. So one challenge for you is to show that f prime of x is equal to 1 over 2 times the square root of x. Okay, so the challenge is to go through this algebraically and show that. The second challenge, and I will give you a hint, you need to use a trig identity, is to find the derivative of sine x. So let's say g of x equals sine x. Okay. You'll use the limit. So you'll use g of x plus h. That's the sine of x plus h. No, sine does not distribute in. All right. You will simplify. You will break this apart using an identity and then using your limit properties. All right. So, a couple challenges for you to try to do. And then you've got homework. So, if you can get these done, then you're in really good shape with this whole limit process for finding derivatives. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. We will talk more about the Chapter 2 exam on Friday. I'll pass them back, and we'll talk more about the process that we need to have. This homework is due Friday, and I will say this. I think as a class, we need to do a better job of not just doing our homework and getting it turned in, but doing a thorough and honestly an excellent job on our homework. Just because as we continue to go forward, if we are weak in areas, like these, like finding these limits, it's going to create some problems for us as we get into more and more complex ideas. So, good luck. I expect to see some of you guys asking some questions, and hopefully we can get these done. If you do get the solutions to these two, I'd like to see them. Send me an email. We'll see what we can get. All right. Have a great day. Good luck.